Hi everyone, we're going to bake a cake today. Now this week we're going to be doing the letter K for phonics, so I thought we could do something for baking that began with that letter, so like cake. But even better, we are going to be making a carrot cake. Now what I love about carrot cake recipes is that lots of things can be done by little helping hands. So like the grating of the carrots and the chopping of the nuts and the mixing. Now I'm sure you might have your favorite carrot cake recipe, so you are welcome to use that one. But I thought I would do mine today just to encourage you and to remind you of your recipe, and now your children are able to help you with so many things in that recipe compared to a normal cake where there's just a bit of breaking eggs and stirring. Carrot cake involves the grating, it involves the chopping of the nuts and all sorts of mixing and stirring as well. So I think this is a great activity for children to get involved with. Alright, so here we go. This is my recipe, but you're welcome to use your own, and I'm sure there's also lots of healthy recipes out there too. Okay, so my recipe involves, first you need 2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a teaspoon and a half of baking soda. Now your oven needs to be set on 180 degrees Celsius, and you can use either a normal cake tin, or I like to actually change my carrot cake recipe into carrot cake muffins because I find those a lot healthier and a lot easier to use. Right, so here we go. So once you've got all your dry ingredients in a bowl, that's already what I've got. I've got all my dry ingredients in here. I just sifted them together. Now what's nice about this recipe is that you don't need any electric beater or anything like that, and that is why it's again really great for children to help. So whatever you do, just make sure everything's mixed in really well. And once you've done your dry ingredients, we're going to move to the wet ingredients. Okay, so in my bowl I already have 4 eggs that I've beaten. Again, I didn't use electric beater, I just used my whisk, and we whisked those up. Right, now we get to add all the wet things. Now I've had helping hands help me grate the carrots. That's 2 cups of carrots. It's half a cup of chopped walnuts, 2 cups of sugar, a tin of crushed pineapple, 1.5 cups of oil. Right, so once you've beaten up your eggs, you're going to add in your sugar. And again, no electric whisk, just making sure, this is the part your children can help with as well after they've grated all the carrots and chopped everything up with you. They're the ones that can do all the mixing now. So whatever you do, just make sure that you have mixed in all these ingredients really, really well. All the lumps taken out, and then you can start adding the rest. So with each step, just make sure you've got everything very, very well combined. Right, crushing up some of those lumps of sugar, and then I think we are good to go. Okay, next you can add your oil. Remember, 1.5 cups of oil. It sounds like quite a lot, but it just seems to make this cake really nice and moist. Now remember, the children can also help you do all the measuring as well, and that can bring in some math skills. Okay, so here we go. Lots of mixing and beating up again. And then we're going to add in the rest. So that's 2 cups of carrots, in it goes. And your pineapple, in that goes. 1 tin of pineapple, and I did drain off some of the juice. And then 1/2 cup of, I've got pecan nuts, but you could use walnuts, almonds, whatever nuts you like. Okay, and we give that a good mix up. All right, lots of fun and lots of bilateral skills here to stir and to mix, which is what we need for school. Right, and now we're going to add wet into dry and finish off mixing that. Okay, now to save time, because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me do this the whole time, we have zoomed ahead and already made a carrot cake and some muffins. So obviously once this is nicely mixed through, you can decide if you're going to make a cake, or like me, we did muffins. And why I say it's a bit healthier, because then you portion out your mix and your little cakes. Instead of having a huge slice, you can have just a little muffin. And I normally freeze those before I frost them, and then I can just grab them out of the fridge whenever I want them, put them in lunch boxes, or just to make it an extra treat, that's when we just add a simple icing of icing sugar and water. There we go, my mix is done, and I will be ready to portion those out into my muffin trays. of course, if you're going to do a big cake, that's fine too. So fast forward, and here we go. We have our finished product. We made a cake and some extra muffins. Yes, we already ate a muffin, and that's how I'm going to freeze my muffins for some other time, but the cake is ready to enjoy. All right, well, I hope you're inspired to get out that carrot cake recipe and make sure you involve all the little hands in your house for grating, cutting, chopping, stirring, mixing, and measuring. Have fun, everybody. Bye.